Let's talk to the big guys. It's now time on Celebrate 98, and we're joined by a very special guest, VFL offensive lineman Mercedes Hamilton. As always, it is Fred White, safety extraordinaire. And Fred, I was wondering there for a while if this was all a skill position type of show, but you opened it up. You brought the big guys in there. I like that up front on the offensive line.
Hey, man, you listen, man. D-line, offensive line, you win your games in the trenches, baby.
That's right.
The biggest, we call them the big uglies. They think they're the pretty boys anyway, but we call them the big uglies. Them big uglies, yeah, man, listen, you don't have the big uglies, you don't win games. You can't win on defense and you can't win on offense. You got to have some guys that can protect your quarterback, open the holes for your running backs, and be just downright dirty and tough. You got to have that.
And offensive linemen are always the best interviews by far. It's not even close. Celebrate 98, a presentation of Tennessee Cider Company. We certainly appreciate their support. Wouldn't be possible without them. We'll tell you more as we go along, but I want to remind you that you can always check them out. It's easy to do at tncidercompany.com, tncidercompany.com. Or go down below. Don't forget the hat promo code. And with any order, you can order ciders from anywhere, by the way, in 48 states, I believe, maybe 46. Aaron, check me on that. But you can get an awesome swag hat from Tennessee Cider Company. They're in downtown Gatlinburg, and you've got to check out Tennessee Cider Company, tncidercompany.com. So one of the things that Fred always talked about is the cookout you had. And that's what the common theme is, the bond that you guys had as a player. But does an offensive lineman have to pay the same end of the pot for a cookout since you're a bigger guy, or how does that break down, Mercedes? Because I've been a big guy. I've been there.
Hey, we put in about the same amount as everybody else. You know, we might bring an extra pack of pork chops, a slab of ribs, stuff like that, you know. Might bring, we'll just keep it at that. We're going to feed everybody. We're going to feed everybody. We're going to have plenty.
You talk about bonding times, bro. Like, it's usually on a Sunday or a Saturday, and you don't really have anything to do. It's boring. It's in the summertime, and you're trying to eat, but everybody's there. Everybody's there.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to music, laughing, playing dominoes, playing spades. Just chilling. Right. And this is stuff that, like, no coach told us to do this. It was just what we did.
That's right. We just enjoyed each other's company, really.
Mm-hmm.
We always had a good time when we was together. You know, it wasn't never no friction. You know, we just always entertained each other, really. That was our entertainment, each other, and, you know, our friends that was outside of the football, which wasn't many, but
it's still not many. To this day, it's still not many. So you gotta be somebody, man, really special to break into my code of friends with the friends I already got. You know what I mean?
It's a deep bond. All I can say, it's a deep bond. It's deeper than a lot of people wouldn't even know.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's so interesting to me, and that's what I've learned just from the first few episodes, is that here you're on the offensive line, Fred's in the secondary, and I've covered teams that I don't know that the offensive lineman knew who the strong safety was and vice versa at times. I mean, really, that's only a slight exaggeration, but you guys had that bond from the get. What do you think started that all 85 are kind of on the same team?
Crib.
When I first got to Tennessee, it was like that. I mean, I people like Chester Ford, Tyrone Hine, Jason Parker, Joey Kent. They was like, you know, once they get to know you and like, oh yeah, he okay. Then they'll bring you into the, fold. You know, you kind of on the outside, kind of want them, especially when you're a freshman. You kind of on the outside. You like looking at all those guys. When they walk in, you know, they get all the attention. But after a while, once they get to know you and they see that you're pretty solid, and then that's the culture. You bring them in. You know, it ain't just like you walk in the door and you automatically in. No, it didn't work like that. It's like they showed me the way, and then you have to grab somebody or grab a couple. But it don't matter offense or defense. We all one team. So we just always gravitated. All right, he cool young cat. We'll bring him in the fold. And, you know, it just happened like that. It's just like everybody with everybody. It ain't no offense against defense. Now we had some wars. Now we had some battles, but we never took it off the field.
No.
Once it's on the field, it's
there was a few that went off the field, but they weren't many. They weren't but you know, something he just said, he was like talking about that bond and also talking about how they brought you into the fold. It was usually the one guy who brought you in first. He kind of hung out with you, got you ready, and then introduced you to everybody else, kind of then opened that door to keep going. You weren't just going to hang out with everybody the first time you got in there. They kind of had to mold you and shape you for a second. And it was always an older guy. It was never a young guy, somebody the same age as you. It was always an older guy who brought you into the